Okay, we're back. I want to finish and thank you for those who are joining me from WITT. But I want to finish where I was going on the radio program. And I was questioning the hardening of the heart of Mr. Alominos, because he said 30 years ago he and his family was willing to accept life without parole, but now if he was asked what to do or what the prosecutors should do, he said he would ask them to get the needles out and inject poison into Kofi and his two defendants, which means that he wants to kill them. And I'm saying, blood, what happened? What went on in your life that has hardened your heart? And I'm not saying that it shouldn't be hardened, I guess, but I'm trying to understand what hardened it. What? Man. I mean, if you killed Kofi and his two accomplices, if you killed them, even though he wasn't a ringleader, but he was there. Raymond was the ringleader, but he was there, and he shouldn't have been there, and he shouldn't have been in your house without your permission for no reason, especially for what transpired up in there. No, he shouldn't have been. But of all that transpired up in there, the evidence say he killed no one. He didn't take anybody's life, and now you want to kill him and the other two fellas. What would you get out of it? How would that bring relief in your life? And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not. But I am trying to understand your thinking. What are you thinking? Say more about this living hell. I just want to know. See, the soldiers are telling us that the experiences that they had in the theater of war over in Afghanistan has caused them to come back and turn on the country. I'm asking you, Mr. Alominos, what has transpired in the 30 years since the unnecessary loss of your children and their friend? What transpired to where is that it moved you from be willing to accept a life without parole, and now you're saying that you would not accept it, and you want to kill the three people, including my son, who killed nobody, that were up in your house and caused that loss, which was the loss of your children, which again was not my son, and he had no business being there. In time, most of the time, and Lord knows at that time I'm not the person that I am now, and I was in a much different space than the space that I was in now. But the the time has actually tempered me. I haven't become more radical, even though I am a radical. But I haven't become so radical to the extent that I want to just go out here and kill people in the street, or blow people up at hotels, or even request that someone that has done something harmful to me should pay with their life. The time that I've been on this earth and my experiences has not brought me to that type of thinking. Nor did it bring Orvin Maybe, who was the juror, the foreman of the jury that convicted my son. And for Orvin, that time actually made him feel guilty about convicting my son because he had nothing but the evidence in front of him. He wasn't looking at all of the hype that was going on in the media. He was looking at the evidence. And when he was looking at the evidence, he concluded that my son killed no one. The evidence did not show that he killed anyone. And even the Indiana Supreme Court said that he had to be resentenced, that the prosecutor couldn't give him life without parole, because if you were sentencing a person to life without parole for murder, then you had to show evidence that that person had killed someone in order for that a sentence to be justified. And the Indiana Supreme Court said it was not there. They couldn't find it. And so they sent the case back to the trial court, and the trial court agreed with the Indiana Supreme Court and gave my son 240 years, which is the same thing. It's just got a different name. But even with that being the case, Orvin, the jury foreman, looked at it all and said because that the law was like the law was at that time, he had to convict my son of murder when he knew that my son had not killed anyone, but because the law was written like the law was written, he had to vote guilty. And he said it's haunted him. I mean, he had a heart attack, fell out, died. His wife had to step over his body so the medical personnel could get there, and they thumped him on the chest and brought him back. And when he got back, he came back. The major thing in his life was that God has given me this life for some reason, or more of this life for some reason, and I believe it's to right this wrong of Kofi doing more time than what he's done for murders that he didn't commit. So he wrote my son a letter. This is hard, y'all. This is hard. Time actually tempered the man that was the chair of the body that convicted my son. The evidence and the law made him do something that he knew was not right, even though it was the law. And it haunted him, his words. He said it haunted him for 30 years. And now that he's got a second chance in life, he wants to do what he can do in order to rectify it. And so he said that he would be willing at the forefront to ask Governor Holcomb for clemency. But what I'm saying with you, Mr. Alaminos, man, your heart got harder. Why? Why? I just want to understand, and I'm not trying to be callous. In fact, I'm trying to be empathetic. I'm trying to be able to see things from your point of view. And Lord knows I wish you would share your point of view, because I want to know why. What happened? How would killing 3 people, to include my son who killed no one, but to kill 3 people, how would that give you relief from the living hell that you said that the loss of your children caused? How would that give you relief? It won't bring your children back, which I wish it could. But there's nothing that can bring that back and bring them back. You have to accept that they're gone, and this is hard. I mean, this is really hard. And I know that if I was in your position, it'd be hard for me. But believing that we got to live life on reality's terms, you got to get past stuff. No matter what cards life deals you, you got to get past it. Shoot, I'm still trying to get past my experience in Vietnam. I know what you're talking about, not with those facts, but I've been around death and destruction. Shoot, I didn't help people to kill. Shoot, I didn't want to help do that. And I sure enough don't want to help do it no more. But I ain't gonna act out like that soldier in New Orleans or Las Vegas did. No, I'm not gonna do it like that. But I'm trying to understand what happened in your life, Mr. Alaminos. My brother, what happened in your life that has hardened your heart like this? I think, in fact, I know that relief, and there's something that can bring relief in your life. I don't think killing would do it, but I believe that there is something that can bring some relief in your life. And I would say, boy, I'd like to talk to you. Father to father, man to man. I'd like to talk to you. And Lord knows I done said some things in the past that could be harmful. I mean, shit, you said that man, what you just said is harmful to me. You're talking about killing my son. That hurts me. And if that was your intent, then you have accomplished that. I hope it wasn't, but because when I said the words that I said about my son being killed for something that he didn't do, I didn't say that because I wanted to harm you or to hurt you. I was a daddy to my son. I didn't want him to be killed for something that he did do, let alone something that he didn't do, and he didn't kill anybody. But I apologize. I mean, I still have the same feelings about being protective of my son, but I could have expressed them with different words. And because I didn't, I apologize. that's who I am. But I'm trying to find out and trying to understand who you are. Who are you? I want to get to know you. Please. I want to talk to you really what will give you relief. And then let's see if we can't get it. What will give you relief? We can't bring your children back. And I know yeah, I know. We can't do it. And there's been people have reached out to you. People commented us, have reached out to you. And they've suggested that you and I talk, that you and I get together. And I'm willing not to change your mind about anything, but just to understand your mind. I'm willing. Desire it. Want to know. And if you can see in your heart, and my prayer is to Father, help him to see in his heart that no matter what life brings us, we've got to find a way to get along. And killing each other is not the best way. Even the humane way, a civil way to have human relationships. I don't know, locking people up, enslaving people legally is not the way either. I mean, I can see detention, but it don't have to be enslavement. But let's get together and talk about it. That's all I got to say. I hope the God is working on you, Mr. Alaminos, and all. Well, I don't know about Governor Holcomb. He's not in a position now, but I hope the Father is telling him that just because he's no longer governor, to not drop the ball and to do what's right and just and grant clemency to my son, so he didn't kill anybody. Thank you for listening.